All real men will be saved. All mock men will be damned. When a person has the Holy Spirit, then he is a man, and not till then. The communion is all nonsense, so is prayer. Eating a nip of bread, drinking a little wine.
Well, my name is Jazmin Miller. I act, I write, and I swim. I got started acting in the 7th grade about 10 years ago. The summer before, my mom made me go to swim camp. We had 15 practices in 5 days, so that was 3 a day for 2 hours for each practice. So that was almost 6 hours a day. I was like, Mom, I can't do this. So she's like, well, how about theater camp? It's right up the street. And I was like, yeah, that sounds good. We did a production of James and the Giant Peach, and it was so much fun. I said, I can't go back. I've been acting ever since.
We'll go crooked through you and the whole.
It was great because all along I thought, I can get up on stage and I can be someone else, I can be something else that I'm not really, and I can just lie and have fun. So I got to Rhodes and I thought, well, I guess I like theater, so I'll try that out. And the first class I had at Rhodes was with Cookie Ewing. And she asked me with this really serious face, what does it mean to be human? And I'm like, what does this have to do with anything? What does this have to do with anything?
He's talking of the Son's kingdom first and not the Father's kingdom.
And that question kept coming up for the next 2 years, my freshman and sophomore year. She pulled me aside and she asked me, well then, to you, Jazzy, what is acting? When I wrote down what I really thought it was, it shocked me. And I'm reading things that I completely don't agree with now. Charles Dutton, he performed at Rhodes, and they asked him the same question that Cookie asked me, what is acting to you? And he said, acting is telling the truth. That was a hard lesson I had to learn, because once you tell the truth, you've got to give. You're giving your emotions, you're giving your mind, your intellect, your spirit. And you can't get any truer than that. It's difficult. Swimming really is a part of my acting. It keeps me in touch with my body, with my breathing. I also do a lot of my memorization in the pool, swimming laps. So yeah, they go hand in hand. If you want to work as an actor and actress, it really is it's very beneficial to have your own show. Many actors are acting and they're auditioning, but they're not writing and creating their own work, so. The play that I wrote about racism on campus was entitled Morning of Hope, and it was my very first piece. There was something that I hadn't gotten out to give back to Rhodes. Rhodes had given me so much. So I wrote this show, and how racism just isn't one-sided. It has nothing to do with color, it has everything to do with fear. I was pretty quiet about it until that show, that play. And then what was great about that was after the shows, we could talk about it. I talked with the audience about it, and they talked back and what they thought and what they read. The full creation doesn't come into play until you have an audience, because it requires their creative elements as well. Theater happens between the two, between the actor and between the audience. For me, theater is the study of life. It's the story of life. You're telling stories of people, of a community. It could be the glue that holds us together.
And let the wicked spirit depart and become temples of truth.
Once I understood that behind plays, behind films, and in any sort of story that's written, it's the message, it's the transformation that happens in this human being that matters. And it's what the audience feels and what they learn with us. We can all feel this, and we can all create this. And knowing that there's a communal aspect to acting. I love that about acting, that I'm just a piece in this huge creation, this huge work.